Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Hello, hello. You're probably all like, oh my God, that voice, I remember that voice, maybe from the distance. Hello, Angie, my dear, from so far away. It seems like forever since I've seen you. Hey, Dawn, how are you? Kelly, hello. Thank you for your kind comments last night too. And who else? Hey, Bonnie. Hey, Anna. Mona. Hey, Mona. Mona. Gosh, it's been a while since I've sung that too. Oh, it's like forever and a day for everything. Now I'm probably Alex. Hello. I'm probably very rusty. Very rusty. So we will see how we go. But I was like, I feel like streaming. And then I had in my head, I've been, being nostalgic lately, and I've been talking to my dad about it, about an old photo of my nana. And he doesn't have it anymore. And it's one of those old painted photos, the ones that they kind of like painted up after they took the photo. And I can still remember it kind of in my head. And I was like, oh, I think I want to do something like that. And then I was like, oh, and then I was going to pull out Serene and do one in Serene because, nothing like coming back and doing a bit of Nick Philbert. And then this popped up on my Patreon feed from Munya last night. And I went, well, clearly that is what I'm going to do, because can you get any more vintage? And it looks like my Nana's hair. My Nana had curly hair like that. It just looked like the image that I have in my head. So that's what we're doing. Hey, Jody. So we are going to do this one. So we're going to do this, and this is called Lysel, but we're going to do it on toned paper. So I am using, because you're going to ask, the Fabriano toned paper in mousse. Mousse. That's what I'm using. Okay. All right. So I'm breathing. How's that, Dawn? I've had a rough couple of months, but all good. Physically fine, just mentally not. Although physically not so fine too. My knees, I feel old. That's probably because I've gained like 5,000 pounds in the few months that I've had. So that's all right. That is all right. I'm just whinging. My life is good, honestly. So I have nothing to really whinge about. But yes. But I figured I'm actually relaxed. I've had a couple of weeks of holidays and I don't feel absolutely exhausted. So I'm like, let's go do this. And of course, I've got a mark on my paper already. Basically, don't drink, talk, and spit at the same time. Okay, now, because I'm going vintage, I am going to be using Derwent Drawing Pencils. Okay, so there's only 24 colors in the range, unless they've come out with more in the time I've been missing in action. But we are going to use Derwent Drawing, and yo with that. Okay, going to go all vintage. So I'm going to start off with yellow ochre first. And I'm just going to do a bit of a background so that the image doesn't look, when we start on the skin and the background, and then it just looks like, ghost face. Yeah. So I figured we'll come in and we'll just do a little bit of background coloring, just so that you guys can kind of see where we're going. Let me know if my settings are okay, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, it's been a while. I've actually filmed a few videos in the last couple of days, and it feels weird getting back to talking to myself. I talk to myself regularly, but you know what I mean, like actually sitting here talking to myself, pretending I'm talking to others. But yeah, so what's new in the world? What's happening? What's going on? Tell me the goss. I have been so out of the loop. I'm like way behind on everything. So get me up to speed with what's happening. How's everyone's neck of the woods? Going into spring, summer here. So while you guys are all cooling down, I'm warming up, although it's quite cool this morning. I woke up this morning and I'm like, oh, there's a bit of coolness in the air. It's a bit crisp. They finally, because our weather's always the last to kind of do it, but they finally announced that we're in El Nino as well. So, yay for hot, dry summers. But don't know much gossip. Oh, started senior year. How exciting. Isn't it scary? Georgia goes to me. She goes, oh, I'm nearly a senior. And I'm like, so for senior here in Australia is grade 10, 11, 12. So she starts grade 10 next year. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe my baby is like a senior. She's just gotten back from Japan too. Like, rude. Like, I've been here and she's been off gallivanting around the world. So she just had a school trip over to Japan because she's so hardly done by. But yeah. Oh, yeah, 12th is senior. Yeah, because you guys have got like freshmen and all of those kind of terms, don't you? But yeah, no, so we just call seniors 10, 11, 12. And juniors are 7, 8, 9. And the rest are all just primary. Oh, picking them. Oh, Evelyn! Hello! Oh my gosh. Yay. All my favorite people are joining. I'm excited. Oh, it makes me happy. New glasses? Woohoo. I need new glasses. I've been getting the text from the optometrist. You are overdue for your whatchamacallit, eye test. Yeah, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, whereas we have 6 years in our high school. Because our middle school is what we call junior. Yeah. Isn't it scary that they're all at that age? Although I must admit, so I because Georgia was in Japan and then she scooted off up to see her father when she got back. So she went up north after that. I've been pretty much, childless because Emily, I believe she exists, but, I don't see her very often. The joys of, an 18-year-old. They, so I've basically been child-free for a couple of weeks. And, I love my kids, but it's kind of been nice. So spontaneously, because it was the Toman's, the boyfriend's birthday this week, so spontaneously decided to go to the Carnival of Flowers in a town that's about 4.5 hours away from here, because he likes the green stuff. Illustrator Monya Gates. She's my favorite. So this is my favorite thing, and this one is here. Hold on. This is Color My Dreams Faces 5 Lizelle and Monya Gates. Sorry, my lights are giving me a flashback there. Oh, we do like Toe Man. Toe Man's not going anywhere unless he chooses to. But yeah. Mind you, if Toe Man disappears, I think my family will disown me because, you know, they're all like, yeah. He took my dad a mud crab the other day, so he's done. And then my dad gives him a bimini top for the boat, and then tries to give him his leather jacket. And I'm just like, I got no chance. I rang up a couple of weeks ago, talking to my dad, and he's like, "How are you?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm all right." You know, and he's like, "Is everything okay between you?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." She does have a bit of cleavage, eh? But my nana had a bit too. She's just this woman's stunning. But yes, very much reminds me of my nana. So the picture that I had in the sunroom, you know, that room where the adults used to hang out, growing up, was of my nana, and there was also one with my nana and my granddad. And my granddad was in his World War II uniform, and you know, that painted vintage look from the 40s. It was amazing. So, yeah, so I was like, well, let's see what I can do today to half replicate it. All right, I won't continue on forever with this yellow ochre. It was just more so that we can kind of see the outline, and she doesn't look crazy just coming off the page once I start colouring her. And my nana had the most glorious auburn hair, and curly, and she was just stunning. And my granddad was a mean alcoholic drunk. You know how it goes. But my nana used to make jewelry. So she used to make all of the costume jewelries, like the cameos and all of that. And I think that's where I get my love of all of it from too. I used to love going and playing in her chest, like that had all her jewelry making stuff. And when she passed, I got a fair chunk of her jewelry, and I still have it. I still have a fair chunk of it. You know, it is only costume jewelry, so it's not like, but it's good quality. It's like, you know, the 40s, 50s, 60s costume jewelry. So it's like, you know, good quality. Jamie, hello. Yeah, I know. I love that look. That color was painted on. I know. I love the look too. And I'm like, well, that's what I'm going to try and replicate today. We'll see how it goes, but I figured, why not? This is my little practice one. So I was having a bit of a play. So we'll see kind of how it works out. Because I was going to do a little version, and then I realized that the drawing pencils are huge, and then I went, and then I'm like, it's been a while since I've colored, and I'm like, do I really want to do tiny? I'm going to struggle putting pencils to a page. So, all right, that'll do for now. Put it away. Okay. But yeah, so what's been going on in my world of wood? Why did I disappear off the face of the planet? Because I went away in the winter holidays, so June holidays. I'm coming in with light sienna. Went away I'm going to start on hair. Surprisingly, I'm going to do hair before skin. I know, scary. Just because I want the auburn. I want my nana's hair. So I went away in June, which was awesome, and did the whole snow thing and did my snow angel and all of that. And then ended up having a massive anxiety breakdown. I ended up not going to work for 2 weeks. I couldn't get myself into work. Had to have a couple of weeks off. The doctor's like, yeah, you need to not be at work for a while. And then then I got back to work and I had extra classes, and I've just been mentally and physically exhausted all term. And I just, yeah, you know how you get it to that stage where you just don't have it in you? That was kind of me. I just didn't have it in me. So I have Marilyn, hello. Yes, science fair project. Oh, drone. Oh, I could help with the science fair program, but if you're going to start saying a Spanish project on Miguel de Cervantes, that I can't help that. I don't even know if I even pronounce that right. Because yeah, Spanish is one of the languages I'd like to learn, but no, now I have to learn. I'm trying to learn another Mediterranean language, which is basically what I thought Pidgin English was a bastardized English, but oh my gosh, Maltese is one of the most bastardized languages I have ever come across. It's a mixture of Italian, English, Spanish, Greek. You know, makes sense because it's in the middle of like the Mediterranean Sea, and you've got Arabic coming up here, and you've got Italy there, and a bit of Greek over here, and a bit of. It's just an English. Oh my gosh, it is just the most hodgepodge of a language, and I'm just like, yeah, I got no idea. So yeah, so that's kind of hilarious. Like, I just sit there and go, okay. I'm going to be turning a lot because I'm doing hair. I apologize. Killed by a drone. I wish I had a drone the other day. So, been going out, actually getting sun. Scary, going out on the boat, right? And I even have a watch line underneath here. It's like, but we went out on Wednesday, which was Toeman's birthday, and we went out with a couple of friends who've got their own boat as well, and went out onto the bay and had, I think it was in all up, we ended up with 6 different pods of whales, and that's what I said to him. I said, look, I even manifested whale song to sing you happy birthday. But yeah, so we were just sitting there every time we went. So we had to slow down because a pod of whales would pop up, and so the law is that obviously you can't approach the whales, but they can come near you, and I'm like, oh yeah, you know, and everyone's like, oh, but not we don't, yeah. Toeman's worried that the boat's going to be capsized and all of from whales, and I'm like, nah, they won't do that. I said, when have you ever heard of, you know, people getting killed by a boat being capsized by the whales? They know you're there. They're unlikely to do it, right? And it was just an amazing whale song, and we just kept seeing it. And then he sends me a TikTok last night of the news, and down in Sydney Harbour, someone's boat got capsized, breached by breaching whales, and someone died. And I went, of course, Murphy's Law. That, you know, you'd never hear of it, and then it happens. And so he was like, see, I told you it happened. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Obviously, they weren't wearing a life jacket and can't swim. So I was like, uh-huh. Yeah, of course I was in his boat. It's not that small, Angie. Amazing. Yeah, his boat's fine. But yeah, no, and we ended up with a mum and a bub who was in 4 meters of water. We didn't even realize they were there until we kind of nearly on top of them. We're only like 5 meters from the boat, and they're coming up right close. It was awesome. And to see a mum and a bub, I haven't seen a mum and a bub, so amazing. All right, there we go. So that was light sienna, just getting in a base layer. All right, what am I going to come in with next? Let's come in with Mars Orange. That's, yeah, exactly, Evelyn. And it is. It's just, it's only a small fishing boat that I was out in, which makes it amazing because we got real close. Yeah, sea life is funny, but yeah, I know. They're like, we're used to, like, the whales are usually such gentle creatures, and they're obviously like, we're done. But that's down in Sydney, and that's New South Wales people, so won't happen up here in Queensland. We're nicer. Where's my brush? Where is my brush? Where's my brush? Hold on, I just got to find my swipey brush, but I don't know where it is. Okay. My swipey brush is usually always with my pencils, and my pencil holder. I don't know where my swipey brush is. I must have used it for something. Oh, there it is. Look, there's my swipey brush. Hang on. It was awesome. We had just such a beautiful day out, and then we went over to Gari, so to Paradise. Yeah, absolutely, Bonnie. Like, it was just it, like, pure, like, it wouldn't have been intentional for the whale to, like, it wouldn't have gone out of its way to hurt them. Absolutely. And like, we were following a pod of because usually it's young boys at this time of the year, and there was a pod of 5, and then they just started frolicking and breaching and rolling and slapping fins and having fun with us, and the more we cheered and hit the boat, the more they rolled, and it was awesome. They were legit just playing and having fun, and it was very cool. So the more noise we made, the more they rolled and spoke back, so, which was awesome, because that's what I was trying. Like, the couple of the people I was with had never seen whales before, and I'm like, they actually like when you make noise. They want to. They're social and they want to interact, and so they started making noise, and they started making noise back and coming up, and it was wicked. Oh, Ronnie. Oh, yeah, like, it does happen, but you just don't. It's not a common occurrence. But yeah, and the fact that we were in small fishing boats means that they were just right beside us, and and the water was so clear, so you could see them underneath. It was phenomenal. I'll get up picture in a sec. Video, show you. But yeah, so then because the whole purpose was we were going to go out for just a cruise through the strait and then go over to Gari for lunch. And so we pulled up at Gari at lunchtime, and it was known as Fraser Island. It's the biggest sand island in the world, and so we pulled up there, and went up to the bar, the restaurant bar, and to get a drink and have lunch. And we were the first customers, and the bartender was awesome. And so I said, "Oh, it's my shout, obviously, wishing happy birthday kind of thing." And we were playing with the, muck around with the bartender. And I said, the drink should be on the house for birthday. And he's like, "I can't do that, because people watching, blah, blah, blah." And he goes, "But I can give you staff discount." And I went, "No." I said, "I was only kidding." And he goes, "Nah." Yes. So he was given a staff discount. And then the FPOS machine wasn't working. So he goes, I'll come and get it off you later once I get it up working. And I'm like, "Yeah, no worries." And so we went and ordered lunch from the restaurant and all of that kind of stuff. And I went to find him later. I said, "Can I pay yet?" And he goes, "Pay for what?" And I went, "The drinks." And he goes, "I don't know what you're talking about," and just walked away. And I'm like, "I love you. Thank you." So we ended up getting drinks on the house anyway, which was just the nicest thing. All right. So this is Sanguine. So yeah, so had drinks on the house as well, and come back to reality and had a Barbie and all of that. So I'll show you whales. All right, let's have a look. All right. So here's one of. Oh, hold on. Oh, it's not very clear because there's a whale tail. No, it was clearer in the video it was sent to me. Obviously, it was how I saved it because I didn't get that one. But here we go. This is Mum and Bub.
Oh my God! Look at her. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
There you go. That was Toe Man's voice, by the way. Hey. Yeah, it was just awesome. But to give you an idea, that's the water in the middle of the ocean. Okay, so we're in the middle of the strait, and that's how clear the water is. I think it was about 7 meters, 8 meters deep there, and you can still see the shadow on the base. So that's the water that we were dealing with. And that's over at Gari. Yeah, so really good. Well, that was our day out. And it was funny that we had ocean one day, and then the day before we were overlooking mountaintops. it's like crazy. It was like, yeah. So that was our little adventures. Yeah, it was lovely. And now I've and then I can show you guys now. So for his birthday, I did a pastel drawing, painting, whatever you want to call it, for him, of his dog that passed away last year. So I had it all framed and everything, but there you go. That was his dog. So I got it all framed and all of that. And yeah, I got tears. I was like, yes, I did a good job. Because you always you hope that when they get it, that it looks like them. Because I was working off a really dodgy photo that I found on his Facebook feed, because I couldn't obviously ask him for good photos. So I was working off a real dodgy photo. It's kind of like when I was doing rigs for Evelyn. It was kind of like just trying to work off, a photo that was posted on Facebook instead of like a really clear, high resolution photo. But yeah, but I got there. But yeah, and that's what it was. It was for him to remember it. Oh, speaking of dogs, if you hear, and you will hear it if you watch my craft videos, you'll hear it in the next couple of ones that are uploading. Casper whining in the background because he's now an amputee. He has lost a toe, and the way he was carrying on, you'd think he had lost a leg, but no, he had a big lump on his foot, and it just kept getting bigger and ended up being like golf ball size, and had a sample of it taken in February, and it was just an epidermal growth, like it wasn't cancerous or anything like that, but it just kept getting bigger, and they didn't want to take it in February because they're like, oh, it's difficult with skin and around the foot and all of that, and it's not. It was like, it wasn't huge in February. It was like, like edamame pea size. It was decent, like, you could live with it. It was ugly, but you could live with it. And but it got to the point where it was just annoying him. Like it was impeding him walking, and it was flopping about, and it was annoying him. And so I took him in because I'm obviously on holidays. I took him into the vets, and they're like, yeah, we need to take it. And I'm like, yeah. And then, like, oh my gosh, the amount for cosmetic surgery. I can't afford cosmetic surgery for myself, but he got some. And then it was going to cost like $500 just to send it off to make sure that they got it all, just to ensure that it didn't come back. And they were like, oh, because we've got to get in underneath and try and get all the stalk and stuff. And I went, wouldn't it be easier just to take the toe, and then you've got it all? And they're like, absolutely. And we've got more skin and all to play with. I said, well, take his toe. Just take the toe. And it saved me $500. So took his toe, and now I don't have to worry about it coming back. And it's not his. So he's on his paw, and it's not his two weight bearing toes. It's a side toe, so it won't bother him in any way, and he's getting around okay at the moment. Going in for a check with the vets when I finish here, get a bandage change and stuff. So, but yeah, so Casper's like, in a couple of videos I was filming on Friday, he's just full on just whining in the background, like, someone don't feel bad, sorry for me. And I'm like, oh. So I'm going to sound like, animal cruelty on my videos. No, I was talking about the dog. If it was the man that had a toe removed, the whining would still be going. My gosh, sook. I had to get a splinter out of his finger one day, and you'd think that I was murdering him. So, no. Wogs, man, they make a lot of noise. It's like, do you really need to? Why did I decide to do curly hair? Come back, haven't picked up a pencil for ages, and I'm deciding to do curls. Just going to come in and whiten out these pearls so that I don't accidentally go over them. And I'm going to quickly do a bit of just where the ear in here is. All right. Just so you know. I know. He's all right. He had lots of cuddles. But yes, I've had to put him on a diet because oh my gosh, the amount of weight he's gained in the last 9 months as well. So he's on a diet because he's got early signs of heart disease. So I'm like, diet time. All right. Okay. Now we're going to go in with terracotta. I know, Jamie. It's kind of like, oh my gosh, feels like forever since I welded with a pencil. Like I did the pastel drawing for him, a couple of months back, but mostly his fingers for that. Am I still in frame? Yes, I'm good. I haven't got Auntie here to yell at me. So how's everyone's fall going? Autumn? Is it starting to cool down? You're starting to get some relief from your hot summers? Yes, I agree. Jamie's pages are always lovely too. But we're always critics of our own work. I never like anything I do. And it's like I'm to tell man, are you sure you're happy with that painting? Like, is it okay? Does it look like him? Yeah. It was the same when I did Riggs. It's like, oh, I hope it looks like him when she gets it. I'm like, oh, if she doesn't open it and go, what's this random picture of a dog being sent to me? All right. Oh, nice. Windows open all the time. How lovely. High 70s, nice. Yeah, high 70s isn't bad. That's a nice day here. Hey Sue, how's it going? Watching between customers? Yep, that sounds like how we watch a stream. Love it. Love it. Hope your day's being good. Lots of customers. We want customers because that helps business. Long as it's not humid. Yeah. I've even had to put the fan on now as I'm sitting in here and things. I don't have it on right now, but I'll probably put it on soon as it warms up. Sorry, I'm like, gotta remember to keep the conversation going. All of this talking to myself. Like, gave it a blast. Nice. Mandalas are still coloring, absolutely. Sometimes I find mandalas harder because it's like getting so the colors work with each other, and it looks. It's just. And I can't say her name, but Circle of Life mandalas. I would never call them not a challenge. She's starting to look like a redhead. Nice. Yeah. Being on the feet is the killer. And being nice to people that sometimes you wouldn't generally want to be nice to. Customer service. It's like me having to talk to parents. So what's the goss in the colouring world? What have I missed out on? What new releases? What kind of things are going on? Like I am completely clueless. I will admit. Got no idea. I have no idea what's going on out in our community. I disappeared. Yes, that some parents would definitely not have offspring. All right. No, I don't want red yet. I want Venetian red. There we go. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad that they're all very nice. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, my dog had to have cosmetic surgery, so I know the idea of coming up with some income. Like, rude. Vet bills, man. Okay, so this is Venetian red. Oh, yeah, I saw the Anastasia one, and I'm like, that's really nice. I did see that one. I didn't realize Kirby's got a new book coming out, but I probably have all of his books. So except for Alien Worlds, that one just never really floated my boat. So I never actually went out of my way to get that one. Okay. Need to do another Kirby too. Love Kirby. All right. Hopefully she's starting to look like a little bit of things. Yeah, I know you've got Alien Worlds. I just haven't done it. And Hannah Carlson. Oh, and yeah, Rita Berman. Isn't that the Africa one? That looked, yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, and I saw Joanna release 10th. Yes, being nice to, I know. That's it. I think these are all wonderful in here, but there are just nasty people out there in the real world. They're like just horrible. And you've got to be nice to them and you just want to punch them instead. You know, same as with parents. I sit there and go, you want to know why your kids are twallop? Look at yourself. Look at yourself. But, oh, nice. Oh, nice. What books did you get, Jamie? Okay, cool. Well, at least they're all names that I know. Notice that AI is taken over a lot of things at the moment too, which is, I think, difficult for the illustrators. But I was pleased to see that Anastasia was able to release one with everything going on. I definitely felt for her there. She didn't ask for it. The way of the world. Christmas book. I saw the 520 pencils, and I'm like, oh my gosh, really? Here's me working with a set of 24. I'm like 520. I was like, oh, the choice would be crazy. I'll have to keep an eye out. I'm sure Renee will get them, and I'll keep an eye out for them. Well, she might not, because I think she's got the same idea that 520 is just insane. Imagine the pencil case needed to store that. Oh, thank you, everyone. Like I said, I'm a little rusty. Tin roof rusty. You will hopefully have some nice auburn hair by the end of this. How has she? Oh, I hope everything's okay with Mary Antonia. But yeah, it is. It's just, I think sometimes you just need, and I needed to have some time away. I was just exhausted. There's no other way to describe myself other than I was exhausted. I feel like I've just been, in the last couple of months, just been walking in in just like a fog. The onset of menopause as well as everything else. It's just really kicked me this year. Yeah, I know Ashley, but I know that she's had some health complications, and I know Shell's working. It just seems like, life gets in the way sometimes. And it's not that we don't want to be here. It's just, yeah, real life. That we've got to, and it was, I had to. I wasn't enjoying it. And I was like, if I'm not enjoying it, I don't want to do it. So that was kind of what, it's not that I wasn't enjoying you guys. I just wasn't in, yeah, you know what I mean. I just needed to step back for a bit. But I'm loving how she's coming together. This hair. Oh, good. Oh, Tanya's paints. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I pull out glitter and it ends up just being everywhere but where I want it to be. It's like, oh, sparkle explosion. You've been like, hey, Emily, how are you doing? Hello, my dear. Oh, everyone popping in to say hello. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yes, Bonnie, that would certainly stop you being able to hang. Yeah. It's just like real life, man. Hey, Carol, how's it going? Um, yes, I've heard that it's kicked you for a bit too, sweetheart. Which is just, can it stop? And then I remember because I had like bad dose of the anxiety, and I was talking to my mum about it, and I said, oh, I just haven't been able to get to work. I haven't been able to do anything. And she goes, I really thought that, meeting Tone Man, you'd be happy finally. And I'm like, that's not how anxiety works, Mum. I am happy. It doesn't mean that, it's suddenly going to disappear. And she's like, oh, yeah, I know. And I'm like, yeah. All right. Okay, so there we go. We're getting there. She's becoming ready. She's becoming a red-edited. All right. Lots of layers. I forget that I just broke my pencil in the thingy jiggy. Ah. All right, I think it's out. Oh, now it's been that long. Yeah, all right. Oh, awesome, Emily. I'm really glad. Now just Angie needs to be able to figure out how to get rid of the one that she's had for like 9 months straight, and we'll be good. All right, sepia red. Okay, let's come back in. And I break the tip. Of course I do. Why do I even try and have a tip? That is the question. I'm going to use like every one of these 24 colors just in her hair. Because I love that sound. Snip, snip. All right, Dawn, go grab something to eat and I'll see you soon. Totally, I haven't already had chocolate for breakfast. Here. Yeah, it's probably why I've gained so much weight. That's all right. Chocolate is happiness. Yeah, it is kind of crazy with the MRIs. And I always find like when my mum, because my mum has to get them regularly. So she's got a benign tumor. She's had it since I was 15. So we're looking, 30 years we've known about it for. But it obviously causes a whole lot of migraines and other complications and things. And I always sit there and it's going into the MRI ends up bringing on a migraine just from the noise and the clunk and all of that, just sitting there watching it happen, let alone being in there. I could only imagine. But it shows so much. Amazing piece of medical equipment. Oh, what did I drop? Scissors. Yeah. It's the clink and it echoes and it's if I ever have to have one, but they're going to have to put me out for it, not because of the sound or anything like that. It's just I won't be able to stay still. I will not with my itchiness. It would be torturous. Yeah, that's how to torture me. Tie my hands up, make me not able to move and scratch. And I'll be like, yeah, so a whole lot of Valium and sedation would be required. Of course. And in normal life, it would not be itchy, but it's because you can't that it's like the itchiest it's ever been. And you're like, I've never had an itchy nose like this before. Oh yeah, I know they can sedativeness, and they just would have to. That's just the reality of it. Yes. Well, someone's alarm's going. Oh, it must be Georgia. That's right. She's going out with friends today. Going over to play board games or something. I don't know. Having a board game day or I don't know. I'm like, whatever. Make sure your room's clean. Because it nearly ended up on the grass again. Yeah, it is a bit like that. Oh, I love it. It is like a big like washing machine barrel, isn't it? It's kind of like tung, tung, tung. That's funny. Love it. I'm lucky I've only ever had to witness it. I haven't had to be in it. I'm sure it feels a whole lot worse inside of it. Alrighty. Why can't I look? She's just stunning. I keep looking at this woman's face and she's just stunningly beautiful. And the fact that Monya uses real people, I'm like, who is this person? She's just, oh, stunning. All right. Oh, really? Wow, Sue, that's crazy. All right, chocolate. Chocolate. Sorry, focusing. No, I'm like I said, I'm lucky. I think I've only ever had like a couple of X-rays, even in my life. I just all, mentally deranged. All right. If they're not going all the way in, they're usually not worried about the metal if it's only the knee going in. But depends again on the radiologist as well. But yes, I could imagine you'd be like clunk, clunk, clunking along. I don't know what I was going to say. Words are hard. Like, I know that they can like tape up wedding rings and things like that if need be and stuff like that. They can get around it, but I think it's just preferable. It depends on what they're doing too, I guess. Well, she's starting to look like she's got not ginger ninja hair. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Evelyn. All right, look after yourself, my love. Thank you for stopping in. Oh, stink bugs. No. I have one giant stink bug. It's called Casper. And his butt. Hello, darling. Did you hear your name? Hello. I'm coming over for a pat, hey? Yes, I know, darling. Okay. Hello. You can't push in there. There's no room. There's a computer in underneath it. He's like, watch me. Don't tell me I can't do it. Watch me. Watch me. Oh. Welcome back, Dawn. Yeah, I could imagine. That's funny. It's bad enough when they eat, like, if you give them some food and it's tuna based, and then they come up for like snuggles after, and it's like tuna bread. Tuna breath. Yeah, I'm having chicken Kiev and salad for lunch because I got some leftovers from last night. So that's going to be what I'm having after I get back from the vet. It was only me in Georgia, so it was like I cooked too much as per normal. As per normal. So I'm like, oh well, that's lunchtime. Lunchtime. Oh, curls. I should have just done straight hair. Would have been so much easier. But then it wouldn't have been like it was just meant to be, because this is pretty much exactly like how my nana looked, except for the fur. She didn't obviously have fur because, depression and married to an alcoholic. So definitely wasn't in the financial means of having fur, but we're nearly kind of there for the first layer. First layer done. Now we have to rinse and repeat. Spoiled chicken. Oh, I've eaten many stink bunks in my life because they fly into my mouth. Yeah, it's that rich auburn color. I wish I had the photo of my nana to show you. But it's embedded in my brain, if that makes sense. It's just there. All right, I'm going to come back in with terracotta. All right, sorry, spinning again. Spin me right round, baby, right round like a rock. You spin me right round. Yeah, my nana was just stunning and so tiny. Then everyone in my family is pretty much tiny. Except for me and Georgia. We definitely not tiny. I think George was going through was going through another growth spurt because she was eating like it was, food was like, a rare commodity. She's eased off on that, so. But she makes me feel short being next to her now, so I'm like, I don't like it. And then she's come back from Japan and she's joining the rowing team. And I'm like, who are you? And what have you done with my daughter? But yeah, so she's going to join the rowing team, which she's built for. We're built for swimming, rowing, anything upper body strength. She'll smash it out. But and I went, well, you better figure out how you get into training, because I ain't driving you early in the morning. Learn how to ride a bike or find the electric scooter. Yeah. I'm like, Nah. Oh, Angie, the pontoon's getting installed this week. We're going to have our own pontoon. It's going to be like weird as. Well, it's starting to get installed this week, apparently. Okay. But yeah, so it's good that she's trying different groups and clubs and stuff and things. So I'm like, yep. So I said, I was like, she can maybe get her own kayak and she can row down to training. It'd be probably quicker. Once we have the pontoon, we'll be like, yeah, you can just row down the river. You're going to be rowing back past it anyway for your training. Okay, let's come in with Mars Orange. Look at this. I'm like, yeah, I'll get this out in one stream. We're what? Hour 17 in, and I haven't even finished a hair. Angela, hello. Yeah, better bring your fish and stuff up. Absolutely. Yeah. How are you, Angela? Oh, speaking of fishing stuff, I'm now legit. I have my own fishing shirt and shorts and a fishing hat and polarized sunglasses. And I'm like, who is this person? I don't know. He's like, okay. I'm out on the water the other day and I'm pointing out things to Toe Man. And I'm like, hey, I see things in the water now. He's just like, as usual, you're an idiot. Oh, yeah. He doesn't call me an idiot, by the way. I'm calling myself one. I have I have a rod that thing, but he needs to left-handed it for me. But yeah, I think that's going to be my Christmas present is a pink and purple rod to match my fishing. I'm like, yay! Just what I want. Christmas fishing rod. Uh, but he's got like 5,000 of them, so it's not like I'm missing out. So, so what's been going on with you, Angela? What's the goss? I've been out of the loop. La-di-da-da, la-di-da-da. Alrighty, and then last but not least, in with some light sienna. Yeah, I know I need to be legit. I have to have my own. I'm like, yeah, great. Legit. I'm like, I'm happy with a hand reel and I just have to drop it over the side and who cares? Anyway. Oh, totally didn't snap that one. Wasn't me. Ooh, that's awesome. I did enjoy my vacation. It was a very nice getaway. So, speaking of, I'm such, yeah. So we went to Open Gardens while we were away at the Carnival of Flowers. So some open and Toyman grows succulents and desert roses and normal roses. Like he does all of that green stuff. But we'd go to these open gardens and he'd be like, "Oh, I like that succulent. I don't have that one." And I'd be like, "Oh, okay." And then he'd walk away and I'd lean in underneath, like obviously not from the top, and I'd take off a little pup, put it in my pocket, and then walk out. And I'd be like, "Here you go." And so he sent me a photo of them all planted. I don't know how many I found its way into my pocket as we were walking through the gardens. But he's got a lot more succulent varieties now to grow. Let's put it that way. Um, all right. Hopefully it's coming to life now. Yeah, you probably love it, Angie. I have no idea what he has and doesn't have, but yeah, he's I don't know. He'd be going along, and I'd be like, oh, that's a pretty red one, or that's a pretty green one. Mind you, we pulled in and we were on our way there, and it was like, oh, before we go to the open gardens, we'll pull over, get a coffee, me get a Coke, that's nice, and do all of that before we go to the open gardens, because we knew it'd take a few hours to go through people's yards, and so we just randomly pulled into this like cafe on the highway into Toowoomba, and oh my god, best place on earth. So walk in, and first up, it's got succulents everywhere. Like everywhere you look, there's succulents, and then they're selling it. And then there's gourds. Like it could have bought like 5,000 gourds. And then you go into the little sheds attached to the cafe, and it's all full of shiny beads and ribbons and jewelry. And I went, okay, this is the most eclectic mix of stuff, but oh my god, it was like 3 sheds full of trays of beads, and oh, it was crazy. And I was like, wow, these places exist. But yeah, such a random mix. Yeah, she's just down in Melbourne at the moment. Angela, she's sorting some stuff out of her mum's. She's, gone back down to the Southlands where all the snobs are. I'm only kidding, by the way. It's a Queensland thing. I started following someone the other day on YouTube, and she started talking, and I went, "Oh my god, you have to be a Queenslander," and she was. When a few things she said, and I went, "That would be why." It's like so tell her accent. Rednecks. Hey, Calamity, how are you? Yes, mum is important, absolutely. My mum will be here in just over a month. She's coming down. Oh, why do I sharpen pencils? I put it on the higher sharpening because I'm doing hair, and I really shouldn't. So I'm just going to put it back to the blunt tip because it's just no. All right. Now, because it's meant to be that painterly look, I'm just going to come along and soften it out with a blender. I like to hear them snap. I like to snap it, baby. Like, snap, snap. Snap, snap. Oh, really? Oh, no. Well, I hope everyone's okay. I hope your friends haven't suffered too much damage or anything. But yes, we all hope that it all goes well. But it is much easier to access the healthcare down there, so it makes sense. But it doesn't stop me missing her here. La-di-da, we're nearly there. La-di-da. What's the time? Oh, I'm going for an hour and a half. Wowzers. Wowzers. All right, let's just come in and maybe put in some of this background colour. And hey Andrew, how's it going? You enjoying the new place? Thank you very much, Alex. Yeah, it does turn out really nice. And it has that painterly look that I wanted. So let's see if I don't ruin it for the rest of the image. Oh, no good to the kidney stone, and glad that you love the new place. Well, for a second, I'm like, you love your kidney stone. I'm like, no, I don't think so. But yes, no, glad that you're loving the new place. And kidney stones, no fun. La-di-da-di-dum, da-da-da-dum. Yeah, she does. Absolutely. She's got that very Marilyn-esque look to her. Totally can see that. Um, a very glamorous Marilyn-esque kind of look. But no, I had to see my Nana. Where's my Nan? I was, I think, 8 when my Nana passed away. So I only have a few memories of her. I remember her coming down to my place one day for, it was Christmas or a birthday. She come with my aunt, who was younger at that time. She's the baby of the family, of my dad's siblings. And she come down and she had bought me a bunyip stuffed toy. The bunyip's name was Emma, and I still have that bunyip. That one is one of those things that just never go, because it's kind of my last distinctive memory of my Nan. I can't think. I think I was actually 6, 7. I was very young when she passed. Yeah. Yeah, I like the yellow too, kind of popping off. And the painting, the photo that that I had of my, that was in of my Nana, had the yellow painted background as well. So, like I said, I'm just going from memories now of what was in my house. Um, so. Like, I will spend some more time on the background as well, but it was just a hazy background. Like, there wasn't actually anything special about the background other than it was, yeah, yellow toned and kind of creamy yellow, hazy thing. Good old painted photo look. And I asked Dad if he still had the photo not long ago, and he'd said he'd given it to his younger brother, and I'm like, so I'm just using wheat here just to add a little bit of something to it. Yeah, those painted photos. I love how they did that. Well, yeah, I did ask him to ask his brother, because I'm not asking his brother because I don't want to have anything to do with his brother, but to see if he could get a thing, but whether he remembers to or not, I did ask. He's like, I'll contact him. And I'm like, no. So will I get one? Probably not. I tend not to really associate myself with my dad's side of the family. Not really my kind of people. So I'm just going to bring a little bit of this yellow ochre through her hair in a second too, just so that her hair ties in with the background. Just a few little highlights of it. All right. Everyone's gone quiet on me. Oh, gee. I'm feeling that it's getting to the 2-hour mark. I'll finish this background off and let's see what I should use is some solvent, but then I have to look for it. Effort. I know where it is. I might do that next week. That way it'd be really painfully. Oh no, I know where it is. It's right behind me, but like, again, effort. I'll do it next week when we do the skin because I'll probably use solvent on the skin. I am just colouring 84,000. 84,000, very specific number there. You should use the Derwent Drawing Pencils. Awesome fall colours. Alrighty. How's that looking? She's kind of looking there. This is what you Oh, snack. Ooh, nice. I need a snack. We got 15 minutes left. I'll not kind of color her cleavage. I'll color her her top. What color am I going to go in with? Pale cedar. So my nana was wearing green, and my granddad was in obviously his khakis. And I mean, if you're Auburn, of course, well, I assume she was wearing green. That's what they painted her that she was wearing. Let's put it that way. So I'm going to assume that's what she was wearing. Oh, Circle of Life Acorn page. Oh, yes, yes, yes. All right. Then we've got Green Shadow. Bye, Dawn. I'm going to be finished soon too. Have a great rest of your evening. Have a good sleep. Crag Green. Oh, changing all the... Oh, that's right. Daylight savings. Yes. And then we've got Olive Earth. I'm going to bring a little bit of yellow ochre in just to green it up, surprisingly, with some yellow. Da, da, da. Right. Yeah, lucky you. Yeah, don't. Oh, you can keep your daylight savings. That's all I have to say. Right, going to come in with some, what's it called? Ink blue. And back over with that olive earth. My watch is like, time to stand up, you've been sitting. And it's like, I know I have. Right. I think we're nearly there with the top, because that was like really difficult, obviously. Huge amount of colouring there. But Marilyn, I can't wait to see how this looks as Marilyn. Marilyn. Yeah, no, I've got to do the earrings too. Yes, true. I do need to do the earrings. True. Just going to come in with a little bit of ivory black. And might come in with that, what was that, green shadow. So run it over the top. And then a bit of Chinese white. Thank you, Angela. I feel like I'm definitely out of practice. Definitely. Oh, there we go. How's that? How's that? I'll zoom out a little bit. So kind of like, get a bit more of how how she be a looking. But yeah, no, I think I love her hair. Her hair is how I wanted it to be. So that's awesome. What I'll probably do before I come back is I'll go get the solvent. Oh, actually, I'll just do it now before I go. Oh, yeah. And, that way it's got time to dry so I can do another layer. Oh, watercolor, I would love to. It's not my medium. I love it, but does that make sense? Like, just love people that can watercolor. It's incredible. I just struggle with it. Obviously had some solvent on my hand there. definitely do that. And I might even run a little bit over her hair just to get the brush strokes, maybe. It makes you, they've been adult colouring in for a long time because people used to do this with the photos. All right, I'm going to let that dry up, and then it should be good to go next week. Looks fantastic. Thank you. You guys are lovely. You guys are sweet. But yeah, it's been a while. All right. So at least we're getting there with her, and some of them dry up in the background, and then we can come back and do another layer next week. But her hair is on point, which is what I wanted. That was the color of my nan, like that painted auburn color was exactly what it looked like in her photo. So I'm really stoked. Alrighty, I am going to love and leave you because I got to take Casper to the vet. It's the first time I'm going to see him without the bandage and see him toeless. I think that's going to be a bit like weird. Seeing my boy without a toe, but it's better than the big slump that he had on his foot. I can tell you that. Angie can attest to it, and it's even growing since Angie has been gone. So she'll be like, yeah, it needed to go. So I'm just putting all of the pencils back in my pencil holder so that I don't kill people. Called myself because I hate having my pencils everywhere while I'm talking to you guys. Best thing you can ever invest in is one of Renee's pencil holders. That's all I can tell you. It's the bomb. Absolute bomb jiggity. It's the bomb jiggity bomb. And surprisingly, her new one actually holds the Derwents. And now, if you've had the Derwent drawings, they're a hefty beast. So, like, this is a Prismacolor, and that's the Derwent drawing. So, they're definitely a big pencil. And yeah, it holds them, which I appreciate. Okay. All right, I'm going. Okay. All right. Take care, everyone. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you next week. Bye.